Hey, today I will show you a building that was also built in the spring of 2020. It's cool. Earlier, when I filmed a review of this building for the first time in 2020, I thought it would be a university. But now I understand that this is just a good school. Therefore, the time has come to review this educational institution, which I mistakenly named incorrectly several years ago. By tradition, we will start with the outer parts of the building. The building has 5 floors, on the last of which there is a large clock. The facade of this building is mainly occupied by panoramic windows, as in the LEGO Scientific Center and the LEGO Bank. Links to these buildings will now appear at the top. The only entrance to the building is located on the ground floor. Through the large windows, you can try to see what is inside the first 3 floors. The first floor is attic, while on the 5th floor there is a clock tower. From the sides, the building is almost symmetrical. On the first floor, you can see the windows of the gym. On the second floor, you can see the windows of the chemistry room and the physics room, as well as the windows of the stairwells. On the 3rd floor, you can see the windows of the study of language and literature and the study of geography, the study of biology, the buffet windows and stairwells. On the 4th attic floor, you can see the windows from the director's reception room, the secretary's office and the housekeeping manager's room. On the back of the ground floor, you can also see the windows from the gym. On the 2nd floor, windows from the math classroom. On the 3rd and 4th floors, there are windows from the corridor and the director's office. I tried to make the facade of this building as interesting as possible as far as I had enough details. The most difficult thing was to get a lot of windows. Therefore, on one floor the window frames are brown and on the other black. Various patterns are laid out of bricks. There are no official LEGO brand stores in the Ukraine where there would be a pick-a-brick stands and you could choose any part that you need for buildings. So I have to look for parts on Bricklink or buy LEGO analogs. This may not be pleasant for someone to hear, but for the construction of the city I use all LEGO compatible parts from any manufacturer. Since I am building the whole city with my personal savings and it would be very expensive to build only from original LEGO parts. As they say, for a real artist it is not so important from which manufacturer he will have paintings. It is important how skillfully he can draw a picture with them, and in my case with LEGO parts and its analogs. So it's time to get back to the review. As usual, let's start from the top to the bottom. On the roof of the 4th floor of the school there is a small clock tower that can be reached using hatches in the roof of the floor. With the help of this watch, city residents can know what time it is. Let's take a look inside. Administrative offices are located on the 4th floor. There is a spacious director's office which also often hosts meetings of teachers. To do this, there is a sofa and armchairs. Various interesting objects are located on a long table. The headmaster himself teaches mathematics. From the director's office on both sides is the office of the secretary and the office of the housekeeping manager. The secretary of the school is responsible for maintaining various school documents. The housekeeping manager is responsible for keeping the school clean and tidy. Further along the corridor we get 2 stairs that lead to the 3rd floor. Subject rooms and a buffet are already located here. Along the long and wide corridor there is a bench where any student can sit and, for example, have a bite to eat or copy off someone else's homework. There is a cafeteria at the end of the corridor. Here friendly and cheerful chefs generously feed everyone. Nearby on the same side is a biology class. Here children study the flora and fauna. You can see a stuffed bat, a parrot and a live scorpion, as well and a few different plants. From this office there is a door that leads to an emergency exit in case of an emergency. Opposite the biology class is the geography class. Here children study different countries and the world in general. There is a relief fragment of the map of the area on the wall. There is also a city map here. This class also has an emergency exit. Next is the class of the language and the literature. Here children learn to speak the language perfectly and study the literature works of various authors. Someone very similar to Shakespeare teaches here. Or maybe it's him? And what do you think? Write your thoughts about this in the comments. The steps lead us straight down to the second floor. Let's find out what is here. There are classes where children study exact science, such as mathematics, chemistry, and physics. On the right side is the physics class. Here, students study natural and artificial processes from scientific point of view. Right now, another practical lesson is taking place here. On the left side is the chemistry class. Here, students study the interaction between different substances. And right now, the teacher shows another chemical experiment. In the center is the classroom where mathematics class is usually held and taught by the headmaster, whereas meetings are also held here. This is the largest class in the school. As you may have noticed, each class has a laptop with which it's more convenient for teachers to share knowledge with students. And flowers grow in the corridors under the stairs. Well, let's go to the first floor. There will be a spacious corridor with soft paths where parents can expect their children to take them home. There are toilets under each staircase. The security guard is responsible for security. There is also a gym on this floor. Here, anyone can improve their health and keep the body in excellent physical shape. 12 people work here. There are 2 professionals in their field. 32 children can study in all classes at the same time. Naturally, this school does not yet have a computer science class or an art class. I will try to do this in the future. Well, if you like this video, then please like it and feel free to comment and share it with your friends. I will be happy to see more subscribers of our channel. Good luck everyone and take care of yourself. See you later.